Hey, what's up, guys? It's Crate Junkies. I'm here to do a little vinyl update, I guess you could call it, what I've been digging on lately. We are going to do a couple little needle drops along the way because there's a couple tracks that I want you to hear from a couple of these albums that I've been listening to. Really, I've been listening to a lot of jazz lately. Jazz and then psych and then like rockabilly garage stuff too. That's basically what I've been filling my mind with. And a little bit of this. I've been listening to this a lot. John Mayall. Man, just great blues. I mean, blues rock at its fucking finest. I mean, really any John Mayall album you find is going to be amazing. So anyway, was watching Nathan earlier. In the beginning of his video, he was playing the song Nobody But Me. So we're going to do that too in honor of Nathan Morales, which I think is probably one of the, coolest fucking VC members that we have. Zeke and Memphis Vinyl Jim and, Dustin and Laz and, the list goes on and on. The VC is a tight place, man. And for the people who want to leave the VC because of, their quarrels with Facebook and this, that, and the other, I feel as if that's just a cop-out, What if your son, okay? Let's just say your son was growing up and, he was, normal kid until he got to his teenage years, and in his teenage years he started being a bad. He had problems with drugs, or he had problems with alcohol, or whatever the problems may have been, problems with the law, and then you just abandon him. You know what I mean? Just abandon him, and then his whole life spins out of fucking, and nothing, nothing ever turns out good for the kid because you abandon him in a time of need. Well, if you think that the VC's in trouble, and you think that there's things in the VC that are wrong, then the best thing to do is not vacate and leave. The best thing to do would be stay. Keep the music, Keep on showing records. Keep on setting examples for the people who are coming in and not just copping out and leaving. Because that's not setting an example for the young kids who are coming in to the VC. I'm here. I'm setting an example. This is my example. You start off with your classic rock and all the stuff your parents listen to. You branch yourself out and you listen to different things. Don't close your mind. Open your mind to everything. There's nothing in this world musically that is not worth listening to. Listen to it all. You find what you like. You go out and you just grab the stuff that you like. You grab stuff that you don't even know about. Go home and listen to it. Find out if you like it. This is one of those things right here. I have it in my pocket because I was listening to it in the car. This album, it's jazz. I really wasn't into jazz. Never really was into jazz. If it wasn't for the VC, I wouldn't have these records sitting behind me. No fucking way. I thank you, VC, for putting these records behind me, putting this music into my ears, and beginning me on a path of musical just brilliance. It's brilliant. And this album, I wish I had it on vinyl, but I don't. This is Dreams by Dreams. I was listening to this on the car because I had it sitting over on my shelf for such a long time. I seen someone show the vinyl earlier, and I just had to find out what it was about. I popped this thing in, and I was fucking blown away. I will be looking for this album. This is going to be something that I'm looking for. But let's get into what I got this week. I will go ahead and first off say that I'm not going to be too in-depth about everything because we don't have a lot of time. I went ahead and made little notes about some of the records. I listened to a lot of them, but I don't have as much time as I'd like. I can't make this video that freaking long, so without further ado, let's start showing shit. Listen to some Human Beings, Nobodies, and we'll show the first record. The first record is George Benson, The Other Side of Abbey Road. Basically, A&M Records, this was George's last release on A&M. Obviously doing, covers of Abbey Road songs the Beatles did. Great gatefold, CTI, on A&M. I don't know how that works. It's on A&M, but it doesn't have a CTI label, but it has CTI down here. Somebody informed me as to what that is. I know A&M has their own label, which is like this, but I've also seen, CTI labels, real CTI labels. Is that just, maybe because this is a reissue, which I'm pretty sure it is, but anyway, this is one I didn't get to listen to, but you better believe that I will be spinning this. Definitely a good little pickup there. George Benson. Next one, some jazz. Father, the new Earl Hines Trio. These guys go deep. This record was hard to find information on. It wasn't right underneath the new Earl Hines Trio. You had to kind of really dig deep to find this one. But this is just good old jazz. You know, I don't know what more to say about it. I mean, just, you know, it's got a little bit of blues in there, stuff like that. But it's good, really good. It's not in the greatest of shape, but it was really cheap. And I'm trying to do my history on jazz and even blues, and, you know, another one that's just like, this is like a good comp of old stuff. Now, a lot of people are familiar with this set of compilations put out by MGM because of the Mothers of Invention one and the Velvet Underground one. There's also a Gentry's and Count Basie. And there's a bunch of other ones too from this MGM, what's it called, the Golden Archive series. And I'll tell you what, they're always pretty good compilations. So if you see these MGM Golden Archive series out there, especially a Velvet Underground or Mothers of Invention, pick it up, because those two are worth some dough, and this one is really good. He actually does Hard Day's Night on here, cover of another Beatles song, a couple other ones on here. Every Day I Have the Blues. I mean, just some good stuff. Really good jazz, and I mean, obviously Basie being old school, you know. Next one I'm not so familiar with, but this just looked like a killer record. This is like some big band funky bop jazz. This was nominated in 1969 for the Best Instrumental Jazz Record of the Year. I don't think it won the actual award, but it was nominated, which is pretty cool. This is Thad Jones, Mel Lewis Jazz Orchestra, Central Park North. This is a gatefold. Pretty nice pressing. Did not realize that the record's in there. So there's the gatefold. Just looked really interesting. Love that cover. Really cool. We'll check it. I mean, since the record's already out here, we'll check the pressing. I'm pretty sure it's... oh, this is nice. This is on solid state, which is pretty sweet. It's a really nice press, too. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's sweet. I'm digging that. That's a good one. We'll put that stuff back later. Getting some more jazz. We got Charles Lloyd in Europe. Obviously, Keith Jarrett plays on this. Who else? Cecil McBee. Jack I always get his names. I know it's like it has the silent letters, and I'm not good with those names. But anyway, Jack Delanette. Thing I like about, Keith Jarrett, he actually comes from Allentown, PA, which is like super close to me. All these guys played with Miles Davis and some just amazing people, even Benson. They all, you know, played with Davis in previous years and stuff. Art Barkley, Keith J, they played with them too. This is like 1968, just good old jazz. Charles Lloyd in Europe. Pretty cool record. Not bad. I spun it. Not too bad at all. Definitely a good jazz pickup. This one I really liked. This one was memorable for me for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if... I mean, I listened to the Charles Lloyd. It wasn't as memorable as this. This is on Impulse. This live album, hard bop type jazz. This is John Clemmer. And it's, 74 jazz fusion. Name of the album is Magic and Movement. John Clemmer on Impulse. This is just, fucking fantastic. I don't know. I love it. I'm going to have to end up picking up more John Clemmer. Just really good. I definitely was digging the fuck out of this. And it's obviously on that Impulse, ABC Impulse, Black Impulse label, which is always so nice. I don't know if these are... I'm not really too familiar with the Impulse labels and stuff, so I'm not particularly sure, how late of an Impulse label that is or whatever. I just know that they're nice. Nice labels, and this is a hell of a record. I definitely recommend it to any jazz fan or someone who's getting into jazz, because I think when you first get into jazz, like, personally, I really like the Dreams because there was lyrics and stuff. Like, I kind of look for lyrics, and I need to find more jazz with more soulful blues type lyrics in them. I think I'd be really more into that type of jazz. Next one is Billy Coleman, Total Eclipse. Some jazz fusion. This is his second record. Just some killer jazz fusion stuff. 1974. Pick that up. Next one, this is like a good funky. These guys recorded 2 studio albums together, and then they decided to go out on tour in Europe, and this is the album. The Billy Coleman, George Duke Band, and obviously I just showed one of Billy's solo albums, but this is him and George Duke and his band or whatever. This is just 1976 jazz funk fusion, and it is funky, and it's one hell of a cover too. I mean, check that out. One hell of a killer cover on that. Definitely a cool record. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed spinning this. Definitely another one that I'm gonna put on again and listen to all over again. Next couple here, we got some Chick Corea. I hear like mixed. This is like more contemporary, 1973 contemporary stuff. This is called Crystal Silence. Chick Corea and Gary Burton. You know, I heard mixed things about Chick Corea. Like, some people don't like him, some people do. I've heard, you know, after listening to a couple of his records, I also got Return to Forever. This is some more fusion-y. This is more like rock and roll fusion stuff. Not rock and roll, but fusion rock, jazz, fusion rock stuff. This is Chick Corea, Return to Forever featuring Chick Corea. Hymn of the Seventh Galaxy. This is actually pretty damn good. I was digging this. This is on Polydor. I don't have a lot of time, guys, or I'd pull all these out, but I really don't want to make a 40-minute video for you guys. I want to try to get through this. This is on Blue Note. This is 1975. This is Ronnie Law's debut album, so his first record. Definitely digging the front cover. That shit is fucking fantastic, and it's a Blue Note, which is cool. I don't have many Blue Notes. I might have like 1 or 2. I think this is an old school Blue Note too. I don't think it's one of the. I think this is an original Blue Note. I mean, you tell me. I think this is it though. There it is. It's a very nice pressing. Sounds fucking amazing. Name of the album is called Pressure Sensitive. I mean, obviously, if you're a jazz fan, I'm pretty sure you've seen all these records. You know, basically, I'm just trying to do my history, find out my groove, you know, find out where I sit when it comes to jazz. You know, what do I like, what don't I like, so I know what to get and what to stay away from. That's kind of where I'm at, just kind of picking up things all around the board. Next one, Herbie Mann. I picked this one up. This is Turtle Bay. This is a cool looking record. I didn't get to listen to it yet, although I have listened to another Herbie Mann record and I enjoyed it. So I figure I'll pick up another one and see how this one fits me, because I like the first Herbie Mann I listened to. I like this cover, and I love the text on it too. It's got a textured turtle here, and the text is not raised, but I just love the lettering to this text, and the feather here is a raised feather. Really, really nice. And I think it's got original inner, really nice. I don't know what this is on. This is on just a regular Atlantic, green and red Atlantic label. Nothing special there, but yeah, I have not got to spin this one yet, but this is one I'm looking forward to listening to, considering I really like the first Herbie Mann that I heard. I forget the name of the one I listened to. Love something. Love is something. I don't have it handy to really pull it out and show you, but oh yeah, here we go. These are some of these on this thing I got recently too. This one, Miles Davis, Smiles. This is like a mint condition original pressing of this record. This is a stereo. Obviously there's a stereo mono. This is Davis's second great quintet, which featured such players as on sax Wayne Shorter, piano Herbie Hancock, and on bass Ron Carter, drums Tony Williams. This is 1966 jazz. This is the first pressing. Just an amazing fucking album. I mean, you really can't get any better than Miles Davis. Some of his records aren't as good as others, and this happens to be one of the really good ones. At least I think so. So yeah, that one was a good find. Also, this was a good find. And I mean, I got these for really cheap. I got lucky because, I mean, the guy obviously doesn't know what he has. At least, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. This is 1963. This is a mono pressing. First album released on Columbia for Monk. Obviously, the Thelonious Monk. This is Thelonious Monk's Dream. I'll tell you. Just amazing. Just really like digging some of his like solo stuff on here. You know, he obviously has a band playing with him, but there's a couple tracks, and I'm trying to think of the ones. Just a Gigolo, I think, and Body and Soul. Just those two are just. I mean, it's just. I think it's just Monk on those, and he just kills it on those tracks. Just trying to look here and see which other ones I was digging. I mean, just this album is just fucking killer. I mean, really is killer. 1963 mono pressing. Thelonious Monk's Dream, and this is like an original press. I mean, it's like, you know, this is like a $20 record. I probably got this for like $5. Got pretty lucky on that one as well. I'm trying to see if there's anything else over here that I got recently. Oh yeah, this one too. This was a good one. I got Miles Davis, Star People. This is from '83. Something I found cool about this, I didn't get to listen to this yet, but this is the first time they ever put Miles Davis's artwork on the front of one of his records. So Miles Davis actually drew that art, which is really cool and really nice. And I dig it. I love the abstract shit. I love that type of art. So that's a pretty cool little fact about the record. So that's 1983 jazz fusion-y stuff Davis did. This is a good fucking record. And I don't mean to kind of get out of the jazz and more into the blues. Oh no, this is jazz. That's right. This is 1964 jazz. Mono on the Black Verve label. Bill Davis on organs. Mondell Lowe, Ossie Johnson, Richard Davis, Johnny Hodges here. He's on sax. And this is the Blue Rabbit. This is fucking, I mean, I put this on the other night. I think I posted it to Facebook, and I was just rocking to this. This is good shit, man. And this is one of those other ones that's kind of like, you know, I don't ever see this around. It's on the Black Verve label. It's in fucking beautiful. I mean, literally, this thing is in such good shape. I mean, it is so beautiful. And it's original pressing. I mean, this is another, you know, $20, $30 record. Very good find. And I mean, these records, I was getting these for cheap, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, I paid a lot, but when I go home and do the research on what the things are really going for, here's another Chick Corea. This one I got because I just really like the cover, and I wanted to get into Chick and see what he's all about. I hear his name a lot. This is Return to Forever, Romantic Warrior. Chick Corea's on here, Stanley Clarke, Lenny White, Al Damone, or I can't really pronounce his last name, but yeah. Seems like it could be a pretty good record. I have not got to listen to this one yet. This one's coming up soon on the playlist. Deodato, or Deodato. I just kind of picked this one up because, I mean, he's a famous jazz musician. Funk, Latin type jazz. Looks pretty fucking cool. I really love that front cover. I just had to have it. I figured, you know what? The music could be half decent, at least the cover's really awesome, you know, that's a really dope cover. So, yeah, some Deodato. I got a couple other his records I actually have not listened to, but I've heard good things, so. These next two here are really cool finds. I mean, and I want to kind of get the dust off the needle and flip this record really quick, if you don't mind. I'm going to flip it. Flipping a bitch. But let me see here. These next two records were like really cool to find. I mean, and there's another one that he has, and he's holding for me till next week. I hope it's still there. But this is Bernard Herrmann, and Bernard Herrmann did a lot of like science fiction. He did like the sounds for Psycho, the movie Psycho, like, you know, the knife scene, the music that's playing and shit, that whole thing, like that whole, he did that. And a bunch of science fiction movies and stuff. And here, I'll tell you a little bit about each one of these. The first one here, this is from 1969. And this is hold up. This is a Phase 4. This is a Phase 4, as you can see here. Now, a lot of people look for that Phase 4, because Phase 4 is kind of like sought after by people. Phase 4 stereo thing, you know, back in the day they had those pressings that were, you know, Phase 4, and there's like a bunch of other ones. But anyway, this is on London Records. Cool thing about this record is the suite for strings, which plays during the famous Psycho shower scene. So it's on this record. So this is the record that it's on, which is really, really cool. And there's a bunch of other stuff too, like Psych. It even says right here, like you can see it on the back, right there on the label, it says Psycho. So this is like the actual record that has the sound for Psycho. And I love this London, look at that. And it's such good I'm telling, man, like really good shape. And I'm always looking for this guy's shit. And I couldn't believe when I seen 3 records together, all by this guy. So yeah, this one's really awesome. So the name of it is Great Horror Movie Thrillers, music composed for the motion pictures directed by Alfred Hitchcock. So basically all these are Hitchcock sounds too, from Hitchcock movies. The next one's even, I mean, really cool. This one, it's from 1974. This was produced by the Science Fiction Book Club, which I'm not really sure all about that. 4 movies that run into, they kind of like run into each other. Like there's no like stop in between the songs. They kind of just vibe together, and you can kind of put it on and really just space the fuck out. The Day the Earth Stood Still, Psycho's on this one too. Journey to the Center of the Earth, and then Fahrenheit 451. Just like a completely orchestral kind of approach on this one. Just amazing, amazing stuff. I really like the label on this. I don't know why, I just do. It's like this pink label. You know, I like, you know, pink, I guess. I don't fucking know. Just great science fiction film music composed by Bernard Herrmann. And, you know, there's one other one, and actually the other one that was there is a really popular one. This was popular too. I mean, I looked these up. They all go for over $20 a pop. So, and I paid maybe $5. So I'm super happy. They're in great shape. And they're both Phase 4. So that's cool too. Now getting into some Psych, we got, this was a 2005 issue of a 1967 Psych band. And that is the Syn, S-Y-N. Obviously, Peter Banks and Chris Squire, I think that's his name, Chris Squire, right? Am I right? I don't know. Anyway, later became members of the Mabel Greer's, what is it? The Mabel Greer's toy shop, or yeah, toy shop. And then later on, they obviously became members of the famous band Yes. So, you know, this is kind of like history of, you know, one of the biggest bands in fucking, you know, history, really. Created by Clive, also recorded by The Attack. They had like 2 really, really big hits, Grounded and I think Flower Man, and a couple other ones. Oh, Created by Clive was a really good one. I think it was Grounded that was the really popular one that actually had a single release. And then on the flip side, it was Created by Clive. And Created by Clive ended up being like the more popular one. At least like a lot of people say that anyway. I listened to it. It's really good. I mean, really good Psych stuff. Like I said, it's a reissue, a 2005 reissue. It's, you know, it's fucking mint condition. And, you know, it's historical Psych stuff. I mean, it's basically like the best of this band. And, I mean, if you're a Yes fan, it's nice to have it. If you're a Psych fan, it's nice to have it. You know, really either way. And it's good shit. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best shit in the world, but it's really fucking good. I mean, it's not bad at all. It's definitely worth a pickup if you're a Psych fan. Next one, and this one I was surprised by. I didn't really think I was going to like this. This is Psych Prog, band that formed in Cleveland, Ohio. They did a cover of Traffic's Dr. Mr. Fantasy on side 2 of this. I absolutely love the title track, Electric Holy Man. And this is Henry Tree, Electric Holy Man. The title track, I love it. I think it's the last song on the first side. And then on the first song on side B is a song they did, Traffic. They did a song by Traffic, but and Traffic's a great band too. I like Traffic a lot. I actually think I have a Traffic record to show. But anyway, that's Electric Holy Man by Henry Tree. This is just killer Psych. Killer fucking Psych. I mean, Psych Prog-ish stuff. This was a good record. At first, I didn't like it. I remember when I first put it on, the first song, I think it was, or maybe it was even the first 2 songs, I was just kind of, eh. Then Electric Holy Man came on, and I was like, that was good. Then I flipped it, and the whole second side was just amazing. So, you know, Maybe those first two I had to go back to, but all in all, it was a good record. It was definitely a good pickup. I mean, for the money, it was a good pickup. Next one, this is some like sunshine, psych rock, pop type stuff. Jesus, man, I swear to God, my freaking computer, it goes on and off by its freaking self. I gotta hit this little coffee cup to keep it up. Anyway, this is Sapphire Thinker. You know, just like upfront harmonies, trippy type psych rock. I could be mistaken. I think this is 70. You know what? I'm not going to remember the date on this one. It's on Hobbit Records. Never really heard of Hobbit Records, but it's classic psych. I mean, the album's called From Within. If I remember correctly, it's a woman fronted band. I think it's fronted. I know at least a woman's in it. There's a lot of harmonies with women vocals. It's good. It's good. Stephen Richmond is the lead singer, and then we got Peggy Richmond, who obviously is either his wife or his sister, I don't fucking know, but she's on vocals, and she also plays flute, and she's really, her voice is super, super dope on this record, so I'm digging that shit. You know, old school psych stuff, man. Just kind of trying to do my history, too, even on old school psych. There's a lot of stuff I've never heard. I mean, I love psych to death, but there's just so much that you haven't heard. This next one's more like 70s psych, but it's more like 70s rock. And it's definitely an obscurity. It's one that you don't see a lot. Josephus, I don't fucking know. But this one I actually haven't got to listen to yet. But it looks pretty fucking promising. And this is 1970s. I think it came out in 70. I don't know much more about it. I just know that it's 70s psych rock. I think it's more on the like 70s rock side than the psych rock side, but that's one I gotta still spin yet. Now these two are fucking dope. I'm only gonna show you one of them. I'm gonna show you both of them, but I'm only gonna show you the vinyl on one because one of them's worth showing. This is 1971 psych rock. This is Jade Warrior's first record. You know, I didn't know much about Jade Warrior until I took these over to the record player at the record shop and put them on. And I skipped around the record and listened to it to see if I like it. And I have to say, this is their first record here. It's not in the greatest of shape, but it's not in bad shape either. This is on that label right there, Vertigo, but it's like their personal label. If you can see that, that's like their own personal label, but it is on Vertigo still. Now, this one I actually didn't get to listen to yet. Now, I have listened to it at the store. It's a fucking good record. I mean, it's really fucking good. It's really good. But the one that I really liked, and the one that, like, I've been listening to more, is this one. This is on the Vertigo Swirl, which is really cool. And this is their third studio release. 2 singles off of this record. A Water's Tale and The Demon Trucker. 1972, Prog, psych stuff. You know, I think they became a little bit more proggy later on. Their first record was a little, I think, more psychedelic. But this is one fucking hell of a record. At least I think so. I mean, maybe other people won't, but I like it. I mean, I think Jade Warrior is definitely worth checking out for a psych fan, a prog fan, whatever. Jade fucking Warrior. And I gotta do it, even though, you know, we've all seen this label a million fucking times. I've got to show it because I love this label. It's probably one of my favorite labels of all time. And a lot of people love this. You know, you got to show the Vertigo Swirl. If you've never put that on a turntable and sat and listened to a Vertigo Swirl record and seen it spin while you're listening to some hypnotizing, psychedelic, fucking whatever the hell it is you're listening to, whether it's Black Sabbath or Jade Warrior or whoever else, you know, you got to get yourself a Vertigo Swirl. Sit there, smoke a little bud, and trip out, man, because it's definitely fun. It's worth it. It definitely is. So this is an original pressing. I actually got this for really fucking cheap. This was a good find. Definitely digging this shit. I'm going to be checking out Jade Warrior, period, point blank. I'm going to be getting all their shit. I think their later stuff gets a little, you know, downhill like most bands, but their newer, I mean, their first, like, 3 or 4 records, I've got to get them. Next one, this was a good one. This was a really good one. This is a 1968 psych rock band. These guys originally were called the Misfits. It's a good thing they changed their name way back in the day, because if they didn't, you know, we might not have the Misfits of today. But anyway, they came out of Texas. Had really close ties with the 13th Floor Elevators. That band had a huge influence on these guys. This is the first Texas psych rock band to ever be busted for LSD. And the name of these guys is Lost and Found. And this is a fucking killer record, I have to say. Definitely pick this up. You could find reissues of this for pretty cheap, 10, 15 bucks or something, 20 bucks if you know, depending on where you're shopping at. But it's worth a pickup. Love this cover art. I think one of the band members actually drew that. It's not super professional, but it's really nice. The original copies are more darker, at least from what I've seen. This isn't a reissue, but this is one fucking hell of a record. Pick this shit up. And 13th Floor Elevator, you know, that shit's good too. Next album, and this is one I threw on for a brief moment, but when I did throw it on, I had a chance to listen to it. This was fucking killer too. And this is 1968 blues rock on the Verve Forecast label. Just love this old fucking blues shit, man. This is definitely a keeper. This is one that I'm going to be spinning the shit out of. This is one I recommend to like Jim and the missus. Definitely Jim, dude, you're going to love this. I really do. If you don't already have this record, this is one you probably want to get. Cotton in Your Ears, James Cotton Blues Band. This is fucking amazing, man. If you don't have this record, Jim, you've got to go get this. This is one that I think you're going to fucking love. I fell in love with it the minute I put it on, and it's just a killer blues record. I mean, it really is. I don't even know what more to tell you. And the Verve Forecast label, it's a nice label. I mean, it's not the most attractive color in the world, but it's nice. I'm not going to show it, but you get the idea. It's Verve. Now, this is the one I wanted to do the needle drop on. So we're going to get this Human Beings off really quick. And since I didn't even show you the Human Beings record, this is an original pressing on Capitol Rainbow of the Human Beings here. I'll show it really quick. That's what we've been listening to. Obviously, their most popular, I think, tracks is probably Nobody But Me. They do Foxy Lady on this. Flower Grave, Dance On Through. I mean, this whole album is just filled. I mean, literally filled with fucking hits. I mean, it's a killer fucking record. It's like one of those. I shouldn't be holding my vinyl like that, but yeah, well, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'll clean that shit later. Fingerprints don't scratch records, okay? Remember that. Fingerprints don't scratch records. But this is what we're going to listen to. I'm going to drop this on a track. This is The Sugar Shop. Okay, this is a 1960s psych pop kind of rock, psych poppy band. Kind of reminds you of like Mamas and Papas / Fifth Dimension in a way. This track that I'm going to put on is the track that I've been kind of obsessed with. If you have this album, pull it out and listen to it. It's also on the Capitol Rainbow label. This one is a reissue, not like My Human Beings. My Human Beings is an original. This one is not an original, although it is one that I want to find the original to, just because I really have fell in love with this record. I didn't think I was going to like it the first time I listened to it, but then this song came on and I said, you know what, it's worth it. And you just wonder what these four were doing. You know, God, what two lucky men. They must have been having a lot of fun together. Hotel rooms and after concerts and stuff. Look at this woman right here. Look at this. Oh, she is so cute. Okay, enough of that. I'm sorry. I get caught up in that. Let me put on the track. Sugar Shop. I love this track. Listen.
There's a blue red cities I give the world to see. I need some hand lotion and some powder from the fire. I'll buy some chocolate and make you a pretty pie. If you don't let me go on this star. Papa, won't you let me go to town? Papa, let me go to town. Papa, I'm feeling so bad. You just gotta come around. Please do. Papa, won't you let me go to town? With you.
Okay, The Sugar Shop, man. This is the shit. I like this. I like that a lot. Next record. This one's one I had on my shelf for a while, but I felt like talking about it. This is some 1969 psych folk, poppy rock, strong, memorable melodies and hooks running through their self-penned lyrics, which is always good when 1969, this is Fargo. These guys are little God bothers, you know. They speak a lot about Jesus and stuff, and, you know, the Lord and this and that. And really, I kind of get sick of that shit, but it's not bad. It's, you know, it's psych rock. It's good. It's actually really good. I put it on. It's great. So that one. And that's called I See It Now by Fargo. That's not a bad record. This one was $1 fine. And it was written all over. But I used a white eraser and got most of it off. I really did a good job of cleaning that up. Now, it's beat. It's beat to fucking hell, but I got it for $1. This is 1966 Garage Rock, The Critters. Younger Girl. This is a fucking killer-ass Garage Rock record. And for $1, I'm not going to pass it up. But look at the back. Look at that. Some teenage girl fucked this up back in the fucking 60s. But it's a really good record. I got it for cheap. Next one, kind of to keep with that garage rock type thing. English band. This is on Atlantic Records. Shame, Shame off of this. Obviously, you know, hit U.S. charts back in 1969. I think it was 1969, 70, something like that. Obviously, the title track, Shame, Shame. And this is the Magic Lanterns. And I had this record at one point in time, but it was so beat. And I found it for mint condition for, like, really cheap. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab it. I'm kind of into that psych rock stuff from the 60s right now, like really digging it. So I want to grab everything I can, and it was super cheap, so I had to get it. So that's a good one. That wasn't bad. This was actually Roy Orbison's backup band at one point in time. This is some 1967 psych rock on ABC, The Candymen. Love that psychedelic cover on there. Definitely really cool. Did not know that, though, until I researched a little bit. Roy Orbison's backup band. Did not know that. I don't know if it was after this record or before that record. But yeah, they ended up being Roy Orbison's backup band. And Roy Orbison, you know, he's the man. So that was cool. This one's one I seen shown in the VC, and I just had to get it because, you know, I have some Spirit albums, but I didn't have this one, Clear. And I heard it was pretty good. This is on Ode Records. This is their third studio album. Really love some of the multi-part type songs on this one. Dark-Eyed Woman and A New Hope in Town. That's a pretty good one. Truckin's a good one. Just some really good tracks on this. It's not like amazing, but it's pretty damn good. And I didn't have this one. Some good, you know, psych 60s stuff. This one was a fucking hell of a find. Now I got this for cheap. I got this for like, I think $10 or $15. This is an original German pressing, okay? 1967 on Polydor, psych power pop rock. This thing I've seen go for like $80, $90. I got it for $15. It's in mint fucking condition. Now, I think the reason is because the guy got the German pressing mixed with the other pressing and just seen the price for the U.S. pressing. The U.S. pressing ain't going for too much, but the German pressing is, and this is the original German pressing of the Blossom Toes, and the name of the album is We Are Ever So Clean, and this is just some psych, poppy, good stuff. I mean, if you can imagine like the Kinks mixed with a little bit of like Bozo Dog Band, that's what these guys sound like. And I mean, you know, you got to come to your own conclusion on them, you know, pick up the record and find out yourself. But 1967 German pop psych shit, I mean, this is just freaking amazing. It really is. It's good. It's good. And it's a, you know, original press. Super happy to grab that. That was a good find. Next one, if you're familiar with Eric Clapton's song After Midnight, which I'm pretty fucking sure you are, this guy, J.J. Cale, in 1974, blues rock type thing, came out with an album called Naturally. This was a cheap find, but I wanted to grab it and hear his version of After Midnight. And I'll tell you, it's not so bad, and the rest of the album isn't really that bad either. So this is Naturally by J.J. Cale. 1970, I think 4, I said, right? Next one, some prog stuff. Happy the Man. This is like a must-have record for, you know, instrumental prog rock fans. Just like lush fucking melodies, complex interplay, and a slight jazz feel on this too. From 1977 prog rock, that's Happy the Man. Happy the Man, Happy the Man. Love like that cocoon here and a butterfly. Really nice cover. And just some great instrumental prog, jazzy type stuff on this. Really good find. Definitely digging that one. Had to pick up a copy of this. This is on... this is on, you know, the ever so famous Charisma label. I'm not going to pull it out. You know what? You guys seen the Charisma label a million times. It's Trespass by Genesis. I have this record, but mine's beat. This is like mint. This is as mint can get. And the cool thing about this one is the English press, which I'd rather have, to be completely honest, than the American press. It's so beautiful. I mean, this is in such beautiful shape. It's, you know, mint condition, gatefold. Vinyl is like fucking spotless. It's beautiful. And I got it for super cheap. Another great prog record for your prog fans out there if you've never heard them. 1971 Prog Rock. I'm going to show you the label on this only because I really like it. And that's Mancer's Apprentice. This is, or Mancer's Apprentices. This is, just really good prog rock. If you've never heard of them, you know, you're out to your shop, see if you can find a copy of this. I love this label. I've got to show it to you because I just like it. I don't know, maybe you might not like it as much, but it's got the chair that's on the front of the record. It's really cool. On the other side, it's got this dude, like a hand, holding up a picture of the band. So it's like, you know, special, you know. And this is from 71. This is an original press, stereo pressing. I'm really not sure like what record label it is. It doesn't even seem like it has a record label, actually. Let me know, like, if anybody knows anything about this more, because I haven't really did too much research on this. Although I did sample it and I liked it a lot, so it's one of those ones that I gotta listen to again when I have a little bit more time. This is one I didn't get to. I've been listening to more of the poppy psych stuff lately and a lot of the jazz, so getting to this stuff. And this is the last one. This is nothing super special. This is some more prog rock. This is Rick Wakeman, which is another former member of the band, yes. Kind of like a concept album of the myths of the King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table. And what's cool about this record, it's like a story. I mean, you can sit there and listen to it all the way through and kind of get the whole story of the Knights of the Round Table. It's got a really nice gatefold. This is in mint condition. I got this for like $1, and I love King Arthur in that time, the medieval time. It's really nice. It's got this big booklet. It's got the whole story. Like, you flip it, it's got the lyrics, and it has like a picture of what's going on. So you can like read this while you're listening to it. Sometimes this album goes for a couple bucks. You know, like 10, 15 bucks or whatever, $8, $9. I got it for super cheap, and this is a mint copy. I think it's a reissue, though, but whatever. I don't really give a shit. I kind of just wanted to hear it. I see it all the time, and I never actually picked it up. So, Rick Wakeman, obviously former member of Yes, and the name of the album is The Myths and Legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. So definitely a good find. And that's pretty much it for my finds. I think that's about it. I showed the Monk, I showed the Miles, I showed all the Psych. Showed the tape, this tape. If you have never heard this, go find it on vinyl or cassette. Whatever you got to do. This is amazing. This really is. I mean, honestly, I'm so digging this. I got to go out tonight and see if I can find it. I got to go see if I can get the record. I want the vinyl. I listened to the whole side. I guess it was side 1 I listened to. I don't even want to listen to the second side because I need it on vinyl first. I mean, it was nice to preview it here, but gotta have the vinyl. So that's it, guys. I'm loving it, loving the VC. Always gonna be a member of the VC, man. This shit ain't ever gonna stop for me. I'm VC through and through. You know, this is a video brought to you by the fucking VC. Not, you know, I'm not gonna mention everything else that's going on. It's not worth it to me. You know, basically, bottom line is, no matter where you go, you're gonna have to deal with assholes. So don't run away from every bad situation, man. You gotta stay and make the best of what you have. And that's what, you know, I think the members of the VC who are down for life, you know, are going to do. We're going to make the best of what we got. And we're going to lead by example and show these kids that are coming in or younger people that are coming in, we're going to hold their hand and walk them through shit. You know, instead of being assholes to them because they might not know about this type of music, that type of music. All they need to do is learn, man. Like, I came in and I didn't know much, you know what I mean? And now I'm gradually learning. I'm educating myself. And that's what it's about, man. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is. When you really start to educate yourself, really start to do the history, and start to really appreciate some music that you never, ever would have probably appreciated in your lifetime. There's people who are 50 years old who have never even heard half of this shit behind me. And they grew up around it. And it's sad. It really is. Because some of this shit right back here, and the stuff that I showed in the video today, is stuff that everyone should hear. You know, and that's what, I think that's what, you know, my main goal is with this channel, is to get that out to people. Hopefully some kid sees me showing these records and is like, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to go listen to this shit too. And teach their daughter and their son and their kids and their child and their grandparents, whoever, teach them about this great music that's available to us. And there's so much of it. And we're not on a shortage of music here. I mean, do you see a shortage of music? No, hell no. Okay, that's it. Crate Junkies. I'll see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed. Go check out my other video where I just show like pictures of shit I've been listening to like for the past month. Definitely not everything's in that video, but it's most of the shit I've been listening to. And there's a track on the first track, and it's actually me singing. It's a song I did like a year or two ago, and I did it to a Linkin Park beat, and I literally just freestyled it. Did not write it. I took a microphone, put the beat on, and I sang the song. I went back and did some like ad libs, but that's it. Like you know, inner parts where I went back and went over top of it, which made it sound a little better. But for like a garage, I got iGarage, so like for an iGarage recording, it really doesn't sound too bad. I mean, it's not like I had like professional fucking mixers or anything work on it. It was just me. It took 15 minutes. I mean, check it out. Tell me if you like it. It's a little depressing in a way, but I think it's good. I personally enjoy it. So anyway, that's it. Test Dummy 22, Planet of the Geeks, Crate Junkies, all that happy horse shit. Basically, I'm a Crate Junkies guy now, 100% through and through. So yeah, thumbs down the video, even though you're not going to be able to. So fuck you, thumbs down guy. Go to hell, because I now defeated you. Make a comment. You know, grow some balls and leave a comment. That's what I want. Grow some nuts and then tell me what's up. Say it in a comment. Let me see who you are. Until then, man, jump off of a cliff or something.
What?